Go.
Dan Lawless outside the Emirates, 2-0 to Arsenal. Dave, mate, what was we expecting?
Look, it hurts. Like, if there's one game in a season I want to win, it's this one. To lose in any manner is gutting. But I thought, to be fair, defensively, I thought three quarters of our defence was superb today. I think the midfield, Magassa's starting to bed in. I thought he's not had a great start so far, but today there was some sign that there's a good player there, and he might be the defensive midfielder we need. Somerville was superb. I thought he was our best player. Bowen gave us leadership. Fulkrug, the less you say, the better. I don't think. I was just saying off camera to someone that I don't think there's many strikers that come from Germany that haven't had a grounding elsewhere in Europe that succeed. If you look at the ones who've come from Germany and done well, Haaland obviously, and his background in Norway and Austria. Klinsmann went all over Europe. Aubameyang played in France. I mean, there's not a great deal of strikers here that come in the Bundesliga and succeed. But his time, like, it's just so obvious. This summer we needed that number 9. We needed that striker.
Well, our number 9 is Callum Wilson, and he ain't got a look in under Nuno yet.
No, but you can understand it. Obviously, he's probably trying to save a few quid on the appearance fees, because Wilson, although he took his goal well at Forest, hasn't shown much. He's not giving us a lot. So, if you can save on that appearance fee money, then it might give you something to invest somewhere in January. But the one thing you can take today, the one thing you can take away this is there was positives, because obviously after this international break we've got that run of Brentford, Leeds, Newcastle aren't the team they were last season. Bournemouth's going to be a tough one, and Burnley's winnable. So we're approaching a run of games that we can start to pick up points and just pull ourselves clear of relegation.
You optimistic about Nuno?
Yeah, absolutely. If we'd have gone and paid 5 million quid or 6 million quid in compensation to get him out of Forest, we'd be loving it. Yeah, we'd be saying that's a great appointment. He didn't get sacked because of footballing reasons. He got sacked because he's upset the chairman. And if you upset the chairman here, that's gonna win you a few favours.
yeah.
So there's if we've got a manager that might upset the chairman and get results, took Wolves into Europe, took Forest into Europe, didn't get much of a look in at Spurs. Like, there's reasons to suggest that with a little bit of backing, and that might not come because we know what our chairman's like. A little bit of backing, he could do well here. There's no reason that we couldn't take us into Europe.
What do you think he needs to change over the international break to get us actually ticking against teams like Bournemouth? We've got Leeds coming up.
Yeah, I think the first thing we've got to do is you've got to work out. It's difficult because obviously Bowen's not going to be. I don't know. Some of he'll get called up for Holland or.
Yeah, I think probably he's got to be in it.
I mean, you're going to lose your attackers. Mamadou Pranus has been called up by Greece. Wan-Bissaka's probably been called up by the Congo. Diouf will go up with Senegal. So what you need to work on is the units to get the cohesion between your defence and your attack. That means when Bowen and Somerville are making runs, Fulkrug knows where he needs to be.
Yeah.
And also, obviously your defence, you want to be resolute, you want to be solid. We showed that today, so he's not going to get much of a chance, I don't think, to work on what he needs to work on over the national break. Yeah. But I think he's got enough from today that he can take some heart, take some credit, and we can look forward, we can be optimistic going into Brentford.
Yeah, and it looks like it's the remit now. It seems to be this early, just stay up, because Europe seems like a pipe dream, really. Doesn't it?
Europe's not happening. Not today, not this season.
But no, but points-wise, we're not off it. But the team, it just don't look good enough. January, if we can stay in and amongst, you don't know. But yes, we're miles off it at the moment.
Yeah, realistically, if Nuno can get us 12, 13, something like that, I mean, that's a good season for us, I think, given that if Potter played the season out, I think we'd have gone down on the Potter. Right? I think he would have taken us down.
Mate, what a terrible manager he is, honestly.
I couldn't believe it. When he came in, I thought, all right, he's got a track record of leading teams in better positions than he found them, and I thought as a stopgap for a while he might do all right. But it came so obvious towards the tail end of last season that it was never going to work, and he should have gone. Like, the idea that he might have replicated what he had at Brighton over the summer was never going to happen.
No.
Because he doesn't have Tony Bloom's algorithms and data-driven approach and all that.
He has Sullivan's agent friends.
Yeah. So it's like, you know, as Will Salthouse got a 35-year-old knocking around that he can take a fee on, and if he has, then great, we'll have him.
Yeah.
But Potter was never going to be able to come in, I don't think, and say that these are the guys I want and this is the player that's going to make a difference and justify that. He was very much a fraud and a charlatan. Mm-hmm. And to be as nice as I possibly can be about him, you know, he was never going to be any sort of... you know, this summer was never going to bring anything. The summer was never going to bring anything for him to go and work with.
Yeah.
And, you know, had we given Nuno that summer, obviously we wouldn't have got Nuno, but that's just figure. But, yeah, if you get another manager that summer, probably would.
Yeah.
But if Nuno keeps us up next summer, you never know, the protests might kick on and have some success. I hope they do. Yeah. You know, we can get. I mean, we need ownership that's got ambition, no matter what. Whether they're American hedge fund, whether it's a Gulf state oil firm, whether Russia's welcome back into the fold, and we can get one of their oligarchs in. We've got to have someone that's going to put his hand in his pocket. As much as I don't like Marinakis, you know, he stuck two fingers up with the PSR rules and said, "I'm going to do this. I'm going to make my club successful."
Yeah. So you want ambition, mate, and hopefully, look, we get these scumbags out the club. Keep up with the process, the boycott. We'll do it. And that's all we can do is try.
Yes. Good luck to everyone doing it.
Yeah.
Admittedly, I won't be. I'll be at Brentford's. I can't miss games.
Yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough. No, that's it.
Good luck to everybody who's doing it.
Yeah. Listen, get down the pub. I'd rather watch West Ham in a pub than that shithole, mate. I'm being honest with you. All day long. I hate it in there.
I hate it, but it's what we've got, and unfortunately, it's what our kids will have and our grandkids will have.
Well. Fingers crossed we can get an owner in with some money who can buy it, own the stadium, all that
Fingers
stuff.
crossed. I mean, you need something that's going to reconfigure it into a footballing ground. Until they do that, you've got to, you know, otherwise you can't just keep shuffling the scaffolding around to try and do something different because it's not working.
Yeah.
You know, you've got to kind of do something structurally with it. It'll take a lot of money. I don't think I'll be surprised if Sullivan gets what he wants, and probably upwards of $1 billion. Whether there's going to be much left in the... I mean, I'm not. I don't think it's worth it. I think you're paying for a rental agreement, some porta cabins on a training ground that's substandard, and Jared Bowen. But that's probably what he values here. That someone's going to have to pay to get it, and then how much money you got in the kitty afterwards.
That's it. Well, that's why you got to keep it up, mate. But look, enjoy the international break, and hopefully you can come outside.
Cheers, man. You too.
Nice one.